Hi everybody, Lisa here, author of Unwelcome Inheritance, Break Your Family Cycle of Addictive Behaviors. It builds on Dr. Janet Woititz's seminal Adult Children of Alcoholics. And I'm here tonight to explain to you why I am canceling codependency. And so here goes. First of all, just to put myself in a context, I'd like you to know that I can remember as far back as before these words were invented. So I remember when people early in the field were talking about this word codependency. And, you know, I kind of get caught up on words. And for me personally, it's a word that makes no sense. Here's why. So codependency. Co usually refers to two people working together toward a mutual goal, right? Co-captain, co-founder, right? Co-leader of some kind. Codependency makes no sense because you are not talking about two people with a mutual goal, except that that mutual goal is to focus on that other person. And in this case, that other person is not you, likely, if you're watching this video. So I think the word itself doesn't make any sense. But I also remember at that time that when we talked about this word codependency, we were talking about something that was so toxic that the person who was caught up in this dynamic very likely would become physically ill at some point, or mentally ill at some point, that there were serious consequences. And I feel that today it is such a sort of garden variety word that we throw in with the kitchen sink, this word codependency that means everything from I think about you a lot to loving you is killing me. And the reason why I'm canceling codependency is because I hear people talk about it as if it's a disease that they have that isn't going away. In other words, if you say, I'm a codependent, to me that sounds like a commitment to an identity. And you might be, I'm not going to use the word anymore. I'm going to say what it is that the problem is. The problem is that we are forfeiting ourselves, investing ourselves, the essence of who we are, maybe our resources, our time, our money, our energy, maybe in some instances, even your children, right? Maybe you're in a relationship and you brought children from a previous relationship into this. We are investing into a person who is not giving back. Likely it's a person that is not well, and likely it's a dynamic that we learned early on. And if you're the adult child of an alcoholic, or you grew up in a household where these sorts of dynamics went on, then I hate to say it, but this might be your comfort zone, right? This kind of unhealthy, I call it in Unwelcome Inheritance, I call it the comfort zone of tension. I'll give you an example. Any of you who've ever heard me speak before, you know that I grew up in a household with active alcoholism and domestic violence. And that is an energy and environment that I was very accustomed to. And as crazy as it might sound, if I was at a friend's house, I had one friend whose parents fought pretty much the same way as I did. I mean, her household was probably as close to as toxic as my household as I'd ever seen in my youth. And I felt comfortable in her house. I felt very uncomfortable in a household that was, I guess, normal, you know, where people were reasonably happy and consistent. I did not feel comfortable in a place like that. So when we start to get into relationships, right, we're attracted to a certain energy, and we meet people and they feel like home. And if we enter into an intimate relationship with this person that feels like home, that might not be a healthy attraction. So my question to you is not, are you codependent? First of all, my question to you is, can you give up that word? Can you just give it up and call it what it is, right? It is that something in you needs to be healed, because what you're calling codependency has nothing to do with that other person. It's all about you. And what is it that needs to be healed in you so that you are not attracted to a toxic relationship? What is it in you that needs to be healed? Is it needing to be needed? Is it being treated as though you are less than? Is it that you are a person, you love to pour into other people? If that's the case, pour into somebody who can receive it. Pour into somebody that can reciprocate. So what is it in you that needs to be healed? You know, like I said before, we talk about this as though this is who I am. It's not something about me, it's who I am. I am a codependent. No. I have these tendencies. This is something that I need to heal. And, you know, I may make a lot of progress and then find myself in a situation or behaving a certain way that's repeating that old pattern. I recognize it and I move on. And that's it. It's just progress, not perfection. So, just looking at my notes real quick here to make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, that's it. So, codependency is canceled. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next video.